Oklahoma High School girls basketball on this trick or treat between the lines. I'm with my man Coach V. What's up, Coach?
What's going on? Can you see me?
I can't see you,
Hey,
Coach.
ain't no Coach V. This is Jackie Moon tonight.
Jackie Moon tonight, Coach.
That's right.
Checo, Coach. Wow.
I've got a couple of my career. I had a couple of my career as a player.
Coach, I wish I could see what you was talking about. But tonight, folks, we're going to kick this party off good. We got the blind ref and my man who?
Jackie Moon.
Jackie Moon. Well, folks, glad you guys could join us as we kick off another episode number 7 between Oklahoma High School girls, Between the Lines. Man, Coach, last week was busy.
It was busy. I'm still busy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you got a big weekend. You had a scrimmage just last night.
Yeah, we're good. We did good. Girls shot well. Kind of figured some things out and got better as we moved on about the third quarter. So it was pretty good. Improvements. We worked today on those things. So I actually got some film now to watch. That's nice.
Well, Coach, when you started the season off, I got to go hit a scrimmage yesterday. Wanted to make the Dale City publicity, but Coach White was nice enough to send me some things that she knows they need to work on moving forward. But as you guys know, we get close to the season. Girls are starting to get into it. It's time to go. So looking back, if you're a senior, this is it. There's no tomorrow. So like you said, last week you got a chance to go down to the Broken Arrow big time scrimmage. A lot of good teams down there.
A lot of good teams, a lot of good players. Coaches in the house. It got you going. I mean, it's right here. Season's right here.
And that's the most important thing. You just said it. Coaches in the house. Even though I might not be able to see them, but they was in the house. But like I said, they get a chance to make it. This weekend, I know my daughter and them, Carl Albert, 8th grade girl, they hold a super scrimmage, did some good things, had a good team, I think Cricket Oak, and then I think there's another good team over there. Lexington. So, girls got to play 3 different teams, and then they went off, last night, Tuesday night, like yourself.
Right.
We played against Washington. And everybody knows Washington Warriors got Warriors girls basketball. It's always either playing for a state championship or getting close to a state championship. So, what they do over there in their program is big things. So yes, they might be a little bit smaller than Carl Albert, but they have good sized girls. They're well coached. They're middle school coach and their high school coach. He comes from El Reno. Took his girls last year to a state championship. Looking forward to do it again. And they're always going to have girls move in. Girls that's live out that way. Blanchard, Newcastle. That lives close. Norman. They got a chance to move out to Washington. They got some of the best facilities around.
Yeah.
For high school and middle school. So kudos to all the young ladies that got the chance to play last week and get knocked some of the rust off. You're going to see some things that that's good. You're going to see some things that's bad. Like you just said. You said the magic word. I got some film. I can tell girls what they're doing wrong and what they're doing right. The same thing he did today. I got to give a kudos real quick, Coach. Carl Albert's 8th grade girls got canceled.
Okay.
And so 10 of the 11 girls decided, hey, you know what? There's things that we got to work on.
I like it.
And so they got together, went up to the high school. Coach Price had the boys on one side, the old gym, and the girls went over to the stretch, did all their routines, with and plays. There's a lot of things they did wrong last night. They tried to correct. So got to give a shout out to those young ladies, man, because everybody talk about Carl Albert's football, CNA, DNA. Well, that's what championship starts at. That. So, but Coach, like we do, you got anything to say? I'm talking up.
No, you're good. I'm glad that they did well, and I like to hear that they're getting in the gym on their own.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They're realizing they're learning mistakes, and that's what we talk about today is get on that film and break yourself down a little bit, just like we had last week tonight. She got on there and says, I watched film, I break it down.
That's it.
And I tell my girls that was a great conversation we had last weekend with an interview with her.
Yes.
And her approach to how she is one of the top players in the nation.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully my girls are breaking it down because I know tomorrow they're going to be trick-or-treating.
Trick-or-treat!
So hopefully tonight they get a little action in as far as watching it. So, you got to evaluate yourself.
Yeah, that's it. Like we do every week, I got to ask Coach questions because he educates me every week in and week out. So by the time we probably get to episode 100, I'm going to know everything, about girls basketball Between the Lines. But, Coach, I got to ask you, the season's about to kick off. So, as a coach, you kind of ask yourself, name some of the things a coach should do before a season kicks off.
Oh, everybody's going to do the preventative stuff. Whether it's a jump program, teach girls how to land, with their knees and balance and core, and everybody's going to work on hamstrings and glutes. I mean, those are two things that are accelerators for your knees. And I think a lot of people are doing that. Conditioning, some will take them to the track,
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
everybody has different. I'm a little different, I mean, I don't change surfaces, whether it's shin splints or not. Who knows? I just don't do it. We're gonna run, in the court where we play at. But there's nothing wrong with that. Some people think about track, get them some distance going, and get them going conditioning wise. And everybody's got a strength and conditioning program
Yes, sir.
to get stronger and faster, and because that's what you're gonna do. First,
You talk about conditioning. You talk about girls going out to the track. You see some of these programs. You hear the girls say, "Man, we got to run the mile in under certain minutes." I mean, I know every coach is a little bit different. So how do you kind of feel about that?
well, I mean, it depends on your style. Our style is going to be up and down. I mean, we're going to push, try to score as many points as possible. And so, for that to be said, I tell my girls, running is what we do. If I had some big girls, 6'3", 6'4", that we might do something a little different, but we're not. So, our deal is to run, and as everybody says, it's a great one to say, your practice should be harder than your games.
No, I mean that's true. So like I said, another thing, Coach, like you get new girls that move in. You got some freshmen that come in. You might have a couple transfers come in. How you evaluate the players because coaches already kind of got their starting lineup, their 6-man, 7-man, and 8-man. How do you evaluate the new girls that's coming in?
Well, hopefully you got those kids that came in June, and you got a little summer with them, just get acclimated with, get a little team bonding, and then if they're not doing any other sport, you've been with them since August, and that's what these scrimmages right now.
Yes, sir.
Scrimmages right now are to figure out. I mean, I've got a couple of freshmen, Paisley and Hannah, that we're trying to figure out how they fit in, and they're going to fit in. It's just a matter of the rotation, when you use them. They got to understand their roles are a little bit different compared to coming up from 8th grade. And so they've got to be acclimated with seniors.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we talk about that. When you go to college, you're going to be up there with older people. Right now, a freshman coming in with an 18, 19-year-old woman, playing basketball. So, you got to adjust.
You talking about a woman. You talking about two different body styles. You're talking about a baby girl still losing their teeth to a woman that's, is ready to go in the real world. So, and that's a big difference. You going across and setting the screen or going across and trying to get to the lane and they bump you off your routine. They got to get ready for those things, and that's why I think a lot of the weight room program, and I know you did that a lot this summer. You had the girls lifting weights, and I think the weight program is really important for young ladies and men because the simple fact is it gets them bigger and stronger. As like you said, you have a 14-year-old young lady, or you might even have a 13-year-old young lady that's in the 9th grade, and she's just young, and, started school kind of early. So it's a big difference, though, that these girls get the proper training they need. For one, like you said, going into high school is a totally different ball game. But Coach, my other one is like playbook. Do you send the girls home with a playbook they got to study?
Yeah.
Or how do you develop that?
We do our playbook. Our playbook's online. We do it through our Google Classroom that we have through the school. So their playbook's online. We'll connect the link to it. If it's a YouTube, if it's a huddle, it's a video. So we do our playbook's online, broke down so they can get on there anytime. I don't print one out anymore. I used to print one out, and it made me mad when it got left laying around. So, I thought I might help myself a year or two. So we're just gonna put it online and we practice. I can tell you've been looking at it.
Yeah,
who hasn't?
Been looking at it? Hey, you might have a pop quiz, Coach. Quiz. The last one I got for you, is like set goals for the young ladies and for the team. What kind of goals do you set? When you first start the season off. Like I said, you open up here in a few weeks. What kind of goals do you have kind of set, for you, the girls, and then overall the team?
Well, for the girls we have, I think everybody wants to win home games.
That's it.
Now we have a very tough tournament, and that's going to make that very difficult. We got state champions coming in, defending state champions El Reno coming in. With, Shawnee, we're going to talk about them later when we do 5A. Pick up a Division I player. So that's going to be tough. But I think the first goal is for us is to win home games.
Win home games.
And then I think everybody's probably going. We're in a conference, so some others are in districts. So you want to win your district, your conference, and from there that positions yourself. And then we'd like to make that last run in the big house. We'd like to get there, at least get in the door free as a player. Have a pass and
That's it.
and I think that's everybody's goal is to be the last one standing. If not, at least be one of the last 8 because that means you made it to the state tournament.
You know, I like, like I said, it's the last one, at the big house, man. Before they tear it down, they move on. But I'll tell you, the atmosphere in the big house is totally different than playing at OU, OSU, or Indiana College because big house is right on top of each other, and it feels like basketball. It feels like the NCAA tournament. You get everybody cheering, and people stick around, and watch other games because it's nothing but great basketball. For what how many weeks they do it? I know they're probably gonna spread it out a little bit more now because of every team playing in the big house. But I'm looking forward to it though. But like you said, tomorrow is what? Trick or treat, right?
Trick or treat, that's right.
So when you get up and you decide that you and the wife, y'all gonna go hit a couple doors, knock on some, and ring some doorbells. What's your plan?
Oh, we're just gonna hang out at the house. Probably what we're gonna do. I mean, hey, neighbors like half 100 yards, 200 yards.
Oh, okay. So,
I'm old. That's a lot of walking for some candy.
You ain't gotta worry about nobody coming. You turn the porch light off. Ain't nobody coming.
Ain't nobody walking up 100 yards.
You might get a coyote or something. You might get a skunk run through the yard.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll probably hang at the house. Probably just chill is what we do. It'd be one of the nights that we have coming up that we can probably just hang out. And season starting them, but go back to your goals. You talk about individuals. I think individuals need to look at their stats last year. I want to be points are the last thing. I mean, I'm not a point guy, but the last thing should be what did you shoot as a free throw percentage? If it's 80%, then that's your goal. And then by your senior year, you want to be 85. What's the 3-point shooting percentage? How many steals did you get? How many rebounds did you get? You want to be better. And I think, again, we talk about points. I mean, I'm in percentages as far as 3 points, things like that, And then, so that's kind of for as an individual. Myself, I want my seniors to have an opportunity to play somewhere. I want to get them in a position to do that, and I want them to have the best team they can have and feel like that they started something when they left.
That's it. I mean, you started saying that Harriet Panthers lady basketball tradition. It's your second year there, and I know you got big goals. You got some girls coming up that came up this year. Talk about Paisley and then Hannah. That's going to help a lot. But some of the girls that you already have there, and just building. Right now, you're trying to build that $1 million home, and it starts with every young lady that touches the court and that comes on and do their part. But Coach, I got to ask you, what's your candy bar you like?
Oh, I'm not a candy bar person when it comes to Halloween.
Yes, sir.
You gotta give me that candy corn. I'm good.
Candy corn?
Oh, I love candy corn.
I love that candy corn.
Mama texted me, can't take it away from me. I can't have no candy corn.
You can't have
No, diabetic can't do that.
Hey, I'm a diabetic too, Coach. I'm gonna cheat a little bit.
Mama catch me.
Yeah. Don't tell Jessica. Mine's is at Snickers, boy. Snickers, boy, I know they say satisfy the body, but I tell you, can't go wrong with a Butterfinger neither.
Oh, Butterfinger's nice. Especially if they're cold. Right now, I will take Reese's peanut butter cups out of the refrigerator, though. Those are nice.
Woo-wee.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, man, let's take a quick break so we can give some love to one of our sponsors. So we'll be right back after one of our sponsors, Oklahoma High School Girls Between the Lines. Right back. Welcome back to Oklahoma High School Girls Between the Lines with my man, Coach V, and myself, Tony Johnson. As you can see, I'm blind tonight, so Coach is leading me through the way. But I tell you, we got another great episode number 7. Make sure you catch it, subscribe, and like. We get a bunch of likes. We want some comments, too. Somebody kind of got on me, Coach V.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
You saw it? I mean, I don't know. What did I do?
I have to go back. Instant replay. I have to go back and look. I have to go back and look. Somebody threw a challenge flag on you.
Coach, I don't know what I did.
I don't know, but somebody threw a challenge flag.
He said, Coach, correct him. I said, man, he's throwing shots at me.
I have to go back to the instant replay and get a call next week.
Woo-wee. But he gave a little laughing face, so I guess it wasn't too bad. But, Coach, let's talk about this Broken Arrow scrimmage. Some of the best, like you said earlier, like we talked earlier, some of the best talent in Oklahoma high school. Man, I'm so fired up about Oklahoma high school girls basketball. Not only because we do this show, but
Right.
just all the talent like we have that was in that gym last weekend. And I'm sorry, I did miss it. Coach did all the homework. But kudos to him. I was trying to support our Oklahoma local team. Football games,
Yeah.
basketball. Our football team. It was a great time, some guys, but I tell you, I probably should have been in the basketball gym watching these ladies because what I saw down there was just another loss for the seniors.
You were living good first half, probably. You were feeling good first half, and then
Second half, I took a nap.
Yep.
I took a nap. But Coach, like I said, man, let's talk about some of the teams that's in it. You start off with Air Memorial. We had one of their star players on just last week, Jay Williams. She's looking to try to win a state championship. Her last year, her and her girls are trying to make a run. So, what did you kind of see out of them?
Their two stars did what they're supposed to do. Janiyah and Avery did what they're supposed to do. And they got some good pieces around them. They have Miss Hall in the middle, and so they got a couple pieces around them, and they look good. One lady did go down. I'm not going to say her name, but she is a key piece of that guard that went down, and I haven't heard the results from her, so I hope she's doing well. But Emma Memorial, we talk about these teams we go through, and I went back and looked at the rankings, and up north wasn't there, but I can tell you, it's a coin flip when you talk about them first 5-6 teams, and I mean that 6A is going to be tough.
And Coach, when you start talking about the top 5-6 teams, one of it you talk about the depth, you talk about you got to talk about grades because that's the most important thing. Sometimes kids can slip up. We hope no one's doing that because education is the most important thing. But then you start to talk about who the chemistry playing together. Because like I said, when you start having girls move in, is that chemistry there? Am I supposed to cut? Am I supposed to catch? Am I supposed to shoot? Who's supposed to get the last shot? You start having those things when you do have movements, Coach. So it does make a big difference. But I see like Edmond Memorial, with having Jay Williams, could have a chance to be Player of the Year here in the state of Oklahoma, and one of the best high school girls basketball players in this state. So it talks big game about you when you can go to Oregon. So it tells you, big things what she's doing.
You got Utah. You got a Utah commitment on there as well. So you're talking two Power 5, if you want to call Power 5 programs that on one team. So I got a chance to catch Broken Arrow, and Mac McKenzie did the thing that she committed to Michigan, and she showed why. She's aggressive, played really well, shot off the dribble, and then the kid that committed to Missouri S&T, Macy. Man, first time I really had seen her in person.
Yes, sir.
And you talk about a kid that gets a rebound and takes off. She don't need an outlet. She does not just run ahead and just go.
How big is she, Coach?
I would say she's about 5'6", probably.
5'6", but she plays bigger than what she plays.
Yes, she does. And so Broken Arrow's got a nice piece. We talked about them last week or a week before where they got, I think, 7 seniors, and Taryn Jacobs one of those that held the middle, and they showed good depth, just like Coach Coffey said they might have, and they had good depth, and they're going to be a tough team. Forget about last year's records.
No, you throw those out the window.
You throw them out the window. And they're ready to go. So they look very good as well.
And you talk about Westmore, young lady we had on the show too, and her sister's getting to play. So you got a chance to see her freshman sister get to play varsity minutes with her big sister. So how did Westmore look? Westmore
looked good. We talk about the versatility that Kaya has, and she was playing center on defense and guard on offense. And then little sis came in and just cross, step back, bucket, first 2 possessions. And so
she didn't play like a freshman.
Yeah, didn't play like no freshman. She showed herself out, showed why, she's, like I said, she's above that freshman year.
Yes.
And then they had a couple of really nice kids. They had one kid, I didn't have her number, but they had one lady that shot in the corner, a little guard, probably about 5'5". I got to find out who she is because she'll make a difference on that team as well. But they're scrappy, and once they figure their defense out, they got to change the coach.
Change the coach.
And he's pushing that style. Coach Powell's pushing that style. So I think once they figure that out, you better watch out.
A big shout out to Coach Powell because I know he gets a lot of love on the show, always talking and retweeting and saying good things about it. So thank you, Coach, but good luck to him, though. But I think, like you said, there's no difference between 1 through 5. Any of these teams can go win it. But like I said, the biggest thing is everyone staying healthy and everyone doing their part. As long as you don't have girls fighting. I know last year I saw in a couple of boys teams, they had some stars, but somebody won the ball, didn't want to get the ball. The other guy, guys, you got to play as a team. You win as a team, you lose as a team, and that's just all about it, though.
Jackie Moon says everybody love everybody.
Everybody love everybody.
You fight in the locker room.
You know what they got to do?
Ain't no need.
Coach, when they get out of line, you know what the head coach needs to do? Blow the whistle on them.
Get them out.
Get a timeout. Sit down.
Get them out.
Get them out.
Now, the next team that looked good, we talked about last week, I think, was Bixby. Now, Bixby's very deep.
Yes, sir.
Man, they shot the ball, and I'm talking about when they talk about shot clock, that person will get easy pay because they won't need it when Bixby plays. I mean, they push that ball up the floor.
So I mean, what's their goal? You think they're trying to get a shot out about 15 seconds?
It looked like it. I mean, it was 15, 20.
And you said everybody can shoot, right?
Everybody can shoot. Everybody can drive. They spread you out, attack the gaps.
The only thing they're missing, they don't have a lot of size, though, right, Coach?
They got some, but their size is length. And they played a nice pressing 2-3 zone at times, and and they're long, so that 2-3 zone was pretty tough to get around, and Kate did a good job, very aggressive mid-range. We talked about it last week a little bit, and then Courtney Wright, number one, she was very impressive as well. But they're deep. I mean, they got freshmen coming off the bench that are playing. We talked about one last week, and so Bixby, number 4, is a contender.
I mean, that's big time right there. You talk about being a contender. I mean, like I said, but Bixby's a team, like I said, it's mostly guard oriented, but I mean, they can get up and down the court. So, they get the rebounds. Hey, by the time they're playing like Arkansas used to be back for 40 minutes of hell. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's what they do. They want to outrun you and get you going. Edmond North, Coach, team that's played for a couple state championship, lost last year in the finals against PC West. But, it seems like they reload. Coach Pop.
Oh, they reloaded, and I'm gonna tell you, they probably look more aggressive now than they did last year. And that's the coach. That's coach style. I mean, people, if you want to be coached, he's gonna coach you.
He's gonna coach you.
And you have to have a little tough skin. But again, though, we talk about it. You play sometimes like your coach is, and he's a tennis guy, and that defense they showed last weekend, that was intense. I mean, I'm telling you, it was a lockdown. It was intense. Girls moving. The move in early helps, and they had a young lady. We had to go back and look at the notes. But they had a young lady that held the post down. It was one of the best post players last year in the state. Sir. We talked about.
Yes, sir.
And Gracie Jackson. We talked about guard. So they look like they dropped. I mean, they're number 2, number 3, whatever, and they look like they're ready to to move forward. And like I said, man, it's gonna be a tough. Someone might get left at home depending on the parents and playoffs.
That's it. Depends on how you feel, man. That's why. Like Coach said earlier, you got to win your home games. You got to win them home district games. Hey, it's okay to take a loss in a tournament, but when you come home, you got to hold home court down. Coach, you talk about Jinx, a very young team, has some strong sophomore play though.
Oh, he does a good job. He's very excited about his groups, and watch them play. They got better. I think they went 3-0. Maybe wrong, Coach, but I think they went 3-0. And for him and that young program, he has like 2 or 3 seniors. One I think starts, and the rest are sophomores or contributors. So, and they're going to work hard. And Jinx going to be around for a couple of years. They're going to take their lumps this year and compete. But look for them coming up later on.
Jinx is one of those teams that you can't sleep on. You go in there, when they come to your house, you think, oh, it's going to be easy win. That can be that team that knocks you down to keep you out of going to the playoffs. We talk about it all the time, spoilers. Don't let that team be the spoiler. And Jinx can be that team that can be a spoiler to a lot of 6A teams this year.
Yeah.
Deer Creek, Coach, you talked about a team that's really young, come in with a lot of sophomores, had a young lady move over from Bishop.
Heritage Shaw.
I don't know why I keep saying it. It's a private school, Coach, and private schools get me every time. It was a Nadia. Yeah, Nadia comes over, man. I mean, also a great volleyball player, but comes in to add to what they already have. They have a great post player, about 6'3", young lady. I think she got all district, all conference last year. Then they come with Darius Johnson, a young point guard. She's not as big, but she's gotten better each week. I got a chance to talk to her father just the other day. He was quick to tell me they went 2-1. And this is a team that I think they missed out making state by a game, but they're on a mission. They're on a mission to try to get to the state championship. They feel like they got enough girls that can beat some teams and then upset some teams. So I'm looking forward to see what Deer Creek can do this year. I tell you, what they got, the pieces they got. I know Darren is trying to get better each week. She wants to get in the gym. I know before she was kind of like, but now she's taking it to, hey, I'm going to take these heels off and I'm going to put on these basketball shoes, and she's getting in the gym and getting that extra work. And Coach will tell you, extra work pays off.
Yeah, Deer Creek looked good. I mean, I saw them. They were playing. It might have been a Union, might have been the last game of the day. And, and they matched the physical play and looked good. They got great size, and they got some guard play. So, probably just inexperienced now,
Yeah.
you know, but they'll be a tough. I mean, I think they could beat somebody. They can make a change and they can make a difference in the district, you know, with a win here, win there. And I'm not saying they're not going to be up top. You never know. You never know how they, being that young, you never know. You know, I got a chance to see Bartlesville play. You know, Bartlesville is a deal where they have one really good, solid player in Sammy Schaefer. They have Emma Zimmerman as another, and they have other kids that were there. And I didn't have a full roster. There's only like maybe five numbers on there. But they're going to compete, you know. And we talked about that last week. I mean, they're pretty excited. They want to beat somebody, you know, and they may not get where they want to get to. I mean, it's a building process, but you want to take some people out on your way. And Bartlesville probably could do that, you know, when you go there and play. And Coach did a good job with them. And they got another young lady, I believe it's number 22. She looked good too, but I didn't have a number, inside type player. So Bartlesville looked pretty good.
Yeah. Another team, you know, we talked about is Lotus Grove.
Mm-hmm.
You know, coming in with Hannah Bond and Olivia's
Olivia Stills, yeah.
Stills. You know, two young ladies that's really good is going to push, you know, to go try to play for a state championship this year. You know, Hannah Bond's, you know, somebody we talked about a lot.
Yeah.
I know you know her pretty well, Coach.
Yeah, both of them are really nice. They're about 6 foot, 6'1". I believe it is Stokes, Olivia Stokes. My bad. But
I thought it was Stokes. But I didn't want.
You're good.
I can't see, Coach.
You're right. But no, both of them are good, and I think Coach is going to run their offense. They had a little guard, number 10, that also hit some threes. You know, watch that was pretty scrappy. So in 4A, Locust Grove has a height, and they've got a couple players. I know Olivia is one of the top players in her class, and Hannah is also as well. So I see them making a good run in 4A.
You know, Coach, I can't wait till we get 5A and 4A. You know, 5A is pretty loaded.
Yeah.
We talked about 6A, but we'll be getting into, you know, 5A and 4A the next couple of weeks, and we're going to try to double it up, man. You know, and try to knock it out. You know, we're going to probably try to shoot 2 shows in one night because we want to give you everything we can. You know, but you know, we know you don't want to sit around for, you know, an hour just watching us. I mean, we're good looking men. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We want you to watch us, but you know, I know people got other things to do. But you know, it's good to listen to a podcast. So you know, we're gonna get it set up on Spotify. We're just trying to take baby steps at a time, and you know, I really that's my goal. I got it set up. I just haven't done it yet. So you know, we're looking forward to, you know, getting that on Spotify. So when you're sitting at the office and you want to hear what we're talking about, you know, the Oklahoma High School girls between the line, you know, you get a chance to do that.
Yep. You know, next I saw Choctaw, I got an invite from AK. AK hit me up and says, "Hey, Coach, come watch us play. You will not be disappointed in Lady Jackets." And, you know, and I did watch it, and not knowing that I know what they lost, and kind of wanted some kids to fill up. And, you know, and AK and Duvall and Johnson and a couple others did really well. They got a freshman that was a 6th man that came off the bench. McKenna that did well. And so, you know, they look pretty good. I mean, they look pretty good. I mean, you know, now they moved from one side of the state to the other. Yes, so, you know, no telling what big difference. And, but, you know, they play hard and Coach had them going. I think I'd like to see Duvall probably score a little bit more. I think she's a better scorer. I mean, not better, but I think she can score more, get 20 a night. Yeah. And she's going to probably have to step up and do that for Choctaw to really have that one score, because they've always had that one score.
And she's a good sized guard.
Yes.
You know? I mean, she's about what,
5'9", probably. 5'9",
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good sized guard. I mean, you know, handle the ball real well, and she's a young lady. They can probably play the 1 to the 3. Shoot the ball real good, like Coach said. Probably gonna need to be a little bit more aggressive. I'm pretty sure she hears it from mom and dad, and probably even Coach. But I've seen her train, and I mean, the young lady got game. So hopefully she has a great. Was her sophomore or junior year?
She's junior.
Junior year, so hopefully she can have a good junior campaign. Navarro's a young lady related to me. She works hard. I don't know if she's in the start lineup or not, but she's a young lady that's gonna give you some points and some minutes. It plays great defense though, and very athletic, young lady. So looking forward to see her do big things her senior year.
You know, and I saw Norman North play. You know, everybody knows about Soleil and Olivia, and we talked about somebody else going to step up. Now, I was interested in him, and Plummer, Lydia Plummer, looked good. I mean, I've seen her a couple of years, and I think she's going to have that year that's going to kind of be a breakout year. She looked good. Looked like she felt comfortable in the offense. You know, and then you have the young lady, Mackenzie Klaus, that committed to OU as a soccer player, so there's an athlete at guard spot. Mm-hmm. And so Norman North looked, pretty good. I mean, again, as we talk about, you got to win home games. And Norman North's going to be somebody that you better prepare for
Yeah,
you
they
know,
come to your house.
and then you go to their house, and so, but Northern North being that, they'll be there.
Booker T. Washington, you got a chance to go watch the ladies volleyball team. I don't know if they won state or not. Congratulations to all the young ladies that won, volleyball state, softball state, and all those things. But congratulations to them. But like I said, I got a chance to watch some Booker T girls play volleyball. So saw some girls get up, man. So these girls are on the basketball team. I'm telling you, 5A. Woo! You got your work cut out.
Yeah.
Because you got to get to Booker T to win the championship. Jennifer, I know Jennifer Douglas said, wait a minute, Tony. I still got 2 stars on my team. And, Douglas does a good job. So like I said, I can't wait to get in 5A. And Richie's probably like, wait a minute. Don't your kid go to Colorado? Yes, Richie ain't up there yet. So I still can talk about other teams. But I'm telling you right now, though, Booker T is a team. Coach, tell us a little bit about them.
Booker T look athletic, very deep. They got the transfer Brown that came in, I believe, from Fort Gibson. And she looked good. And kids we're going to talk about, we talk about, they did well. Yeah. Look like they're still kind of getting familiar with each other.
Yes, sir.
New coach, got to move new system and everything. So, but you can see it. You can see the athleticism's there, the scoring's there. And, we'll be talking about their players throughout the season as we get further going on.
Yeah, we'll be in the 5A, so, in the next week or so you get a chance to see them. Another big team in 5A went undefeated last year, and that's Jennifer Douglas and the El Reno Lady Indians. Still got 2 great players, her point guard and her center coming back. So I know she's looking to do big things. Jennifer's a coach that, you can make a song about her. All she do is win, 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 baby. That's what she does. And, she's fell short a couple of times in the state championship, but she finally got the monkey off her back. So now she knows what it takes to win it. So, hey, don't count the El Reno ladies out. I mean, it might not have had the best weekend. I don't know what kind of weekend they had, but I'll tell you right now, she's going to get them ready.
When you talk about getting ready, Coach Douglas went out and played probably 3 of the toughest teams around there. And
6A, right?
6A, yeah. And that's what she does. I mean, she prepares them and gets them ready. And, she's got some holes to fill with the graduation. She still has Ray, and she still has Lily at the post.
Yes.
And has a couple other guards now that just got to take the spots of, I think, Sleeper and Pauline that graduated. So, those are big points. There's a lot of points that left, and somebody's going to step up. But, she's going to challenge them and get them ready. And I'm sure she's thinking, if I could compete with 6As, these guys, then we should be ready for 5A when the season comes.
And Coach, you got to think about it. You go undefeated. I mean, that's tough.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they go to every tournament, win every home game, every road game on the road, go to some big-time tournaments, Anadarko. I know she was going to worry about that. And she goes down there, and I think she played Anadarko in the finals and probably beat them by 30 or 40 points. Like you said, it's going to be hard to replace some of those girls, but I mean, it's always the next lady up. So, you get that opportunity, ladies, that's on the El Reno team. Take that opportunity and run with it, because, I mean, one thing about Coach Douglas, she's going to coach you up, and then, her husband is a guy that, coached Olympics team. So he knows basketball. So you couldn't ask for a better staff right there with those 2.
Yeah. And then Sand Springs has got a first-year coach. I saw Hope Bump we talked about a little bit. And she's getting 20 a game, but they still look good. They had other pieces, and they had a little post. Again, I didn't have a number, but a number 25 was a post player they asked. So they had a little height. They had somebody else who could bring the ball down, which is what she needed, because that way she can get the ball on the wing and go to work. And so, so Sand Springs has 12 kids coming back, but lost all their starters but 1. So again, inexperienced players that we'll see how they do in the season, but they look pretty good. I mean, they competed.
Yeah, that's all you can ask for. You got 12 girls coming back. They got to get the chemistry of all of them coming together. And like I said, I think there'll be a team that you can't sleep on. I mean, there's been a team that's and they move up from 5A to 6A?
No, they've been 6. They're 6.
Okay. So they're still my fault. But so you're looking at a team that can do some things though. Team I'm kind of interested in this year, man. I think with the Davis twins is Union, Coach. I think Union's going to be a team that. We talk about the top 5 or 6, but I think they can be right there in the mix.
They look good. I mean, they were very athletic looking, very long, with the twins. And then you had Vanessa Coleman, who's going to sign somewhere later on as a shooter. And then you got Edwards in there, and you had a couple others, Whitney and Isabella. I mean, they're athletic, And again, I think whenever they get that system down, first year coach, it might have been their first or second scrimmage. You're playing somebody else. You're gonna go back, watch film, Union's a team that can have it rolling, I think, by midseason once they get a little gel together. And again, new systems are always hard to pick up sometimes.
You talk about those twins. I've got a chance to watch them play. A lot of AU ball. On the weekends, these young ladies. I mean, they can play probably one through the five. They got great size and they're twins, so they're gonna have that twin power. And also, you look at it too, man. When they start getting big minutes, right now, the beginning of the season. So by the time the middle of the season, they're not freshmen no more. They've grown up. They're sophomores, and you start getting that system now. To get that pick and roll. Like I said, I think it's a big difference when that body changes. Like you said, being a 14-year-old young lady to an 18-year-old woman. So it's big time.
Yeah, and then Lincoln Christian 4A, runner up, lost to Bethany in the finals. But Lincoln looked good. I mean, Lincoln looked like I thought they were when we played them last year. I think they have probably one of the best point guards in the state. And her daughter Maddie Stewart, and got 4 good freshmen I saw on the roster. I know Woodruff was one of them. But then they're going to work hard. I mean, you don't play for Coach Stewart if you don't work hard, and she's going to work hard, and she knows the game, and they're well coached, and they look good. I mean, if you didn't know they were 4A, you might have thought they were 5 or 6A team the way they were competing. So, unfortunately, I have to deal with them in 4A. So, which is going to be, I don't know, you could argue for one of the toughest divisions, but 4A is pretty brutal, and
4A tough.
4A tough, and Lincoln will be right there again in that mix.
You talk about probably the best dressed coach in high school football. We need
football, basketball.
Basketball. I'm sorry, I got football.
She probably is in football too, though.
Best dressed coach in ladies basketball, and I have to say, Miss Katie Bass. It's funny, Coach. I was thinking Katie's walkout song probably should be Johnny Gill. I don't know if you know who Johnny Gill is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he got that one song, "Put on Your Red Dress." You know what I'm saying? That sweet perfume. Because Miss Bass, she gonna come out, she gonna look good, and her team's gonna play good. And so she's a team that's gonna be in 6A that's gonna compete. And then if she gets in trouble, all she has to do is do one thing, Coach. You got to do is pick up the phone and him.
Call her dad.
Call her dad. He's gonna help you draw some plays. So I'm telling you, Mustang's a team. I'm telling you, that's gonna do some big things. I got a chance to talk to her the other day, and she was like, "Man, we didn't do everything right, but it's good. It's early." And that's the thing is, you don't want to look good at the beginning of the year. You don't look good when, Coach.
You want to look good around February.
February.
Usually after that last tournament in January, you should be clicking by then.
Clicking.
Yeah.
Kind of like Toto, huh?
Yeah. Mustang looked good. What I liked about Mustang was I saw him play one game, and it was a physical game, and it was a half-court game. And I saw him play Booker T, and they got up and down. So they were pretty good about being able to go either way, up or down. But you talk about Coach Bass. I remember watching them during Christmas, and she stomped some heels. She had me at attention. And she had me taking notes in the stands. I was like, Coach Bass, what you? I mean, she was like, stop. I was like, oh, what you? Had me looking, paying attention.
Some women struggle in heels.
Yeah.
She got it down. She wearing them like they Jordan 1. She's going to demand a lot out of them, and they're going to play for her heart. And so Mustang is again a team that we talk about 6A. I mean, who knows? Her term is a tough term, but that Mustang Classic, you got some of the best. Most of a lot of state championship teams. So you go in there, it ain't like you get an easy warm up game. I got a chance to go watch it last year, and it was a great tournament. I went all 3 days that it was put on, and I know BSN do a lot with it. My buddy Chris Crawford and his team. But I got to say, man, me and Zoe and whoever wants to come and be there, we're gonna be sitting there eating our popcorn. I can't eat candy because I get it from that popcorn and that Coke Zero, but I will be there at the Mustang Classic watching them do their thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good term at Cornerstone Classic they have is always good. It was really good scrimmage. It was good to see some teams. I know it was first time for some with transfers and making that gel. But all the young ladies competed up there. I mean, it was good basketball. I think I stayed there from like 9 to 4, and then I got out. But there was good play everywhere, and there was teams that I didn't get to see. Fort Gibson's going to be a team that's going to be in the mix in 4A, and it just didn't work where I get a chance to see them. But I know Laney's on that team and a couple other personal kids that I know, and Fort Gibson's going to be always well coached. Coach Walker and him always, he's had that program for years. He's handed it off, and they've traditionally always been good. So for it gets to be another 4A team that was down there that could compete with anybody 5 or 6.
Yeah, Delsey's a team that's in 5A. Looking to make some noise this year. Coach White, we had her on the show a few weeks back, but she's really excited about this team. But with Paris and McAllister coming up as freshmen, and plus all the pieces you got with Shelby, D1 committed to North Texas, and some of her guard play. Got a chance to shout out Texas this morning. Didn't get a chance to make it over there because I was at Washington, but some of her high points were defense and ball pressure. Some of the things that they still need to work on. She said it's chemistry. When you got those freshmen coming up and you got some new girls in the system, she had a couple movements, so it's the chemistry. Chemistry goes a long way. I don't care how good you are. You seen it all the time. You can put a dream team together, but if they don't have chemistry, it's never going to work. You see a lot of times everybody trying to make these big Power 5, big time teams, but if they don't click, guess what? It's not going to work. So Delsey's the team I'm looking forward to seeing. And then she said you got to be a little bit more aggressive on offense and defense. I got to see some a little bit of clips, and the clips I saw, I think they gave PC North everything they wanted. Then you had another big time scrimmage. You had but you had Norman and Mustang going in at each other. So I didn't get to see the results on that, but you got some teams tackling some big time. They're not going to try to play Johnny of the Blind. That's me. But they're trying to go play some of the top dogs, and that's the only way you're gonna get better. You don't get better playing in Joe Blow's little bitty tournament out there in Waco, and nobody's coming to. You get better by college coaches are not gonna drive out there to see nobody. They're gonna drive to the big time tournament to see big time players. If you want your kid to be big time, I think I think every high school coach should try to get in that Broken Arrow scrimmage. I think you're going to see some of the best of the best. And, if your team goes 0-3, 0-4, who cares? It's getting them prepared to play against some of the top dogs. If you're scared of the top dogs, you shouldn't even suit up on a Monday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night, or Friday night. You should just say, hey, we're going to sit here and we're going to go join the Y. You know what the Y do, Coach? They have those wristbands. You cover the grill.
I got my wristband, man.
That's it.
I got my wristband. What
you talking about? The same kid. See, if y'all had never seen what he
hey, you should start looking good. Remember, because in the ABA, we created the 3.
Okay,
so we had to look
good.
That's
it. But you got to go play. Coaches, go out there and play the best of the best. No one cares that you go one, like I said, the Johnny and the Blind.
Nobody,
Nobody cares. Everybody, like I said, you got big time teams coming to your tournament.
Yeah, you want to challenge. You want to challenge yourself, and you can always mix it in a super scrimmage or something like that. You can play 3 tough ones, get some film, and then you can do one at home with just you and somebody else, and then you can break it down a little bit. You want to go out and compete, and then kind of mix it up. Tough scrimmage, something to work on. Tough scrimmage, something to work on. And that way kids just don't get hammered like every game in the scrimmage. But you do want to mix it up to where you're competitive, so that way you can be challenged. And not saying that no one's going to challenge you, but your kids can feel like they've accomplished something by watching the film and getting better and going out and performing. Still may lose, but at least now you're taking some steps forward. And then you get 0. I've always said there's different seasons of basketball. One is preseason scrimmages, and then you get ready for your season, and then you get ready for playoffs, and then you get ready for off season. There's 4 seasons of basketball, and so right now we're in that first season of preseason, and then you get to your season, and after that, and after preseason, everybody goes 0-0. You go to regular season, playoffs, everybody's 0-0. You play off, and you go to summer, but you're still 0-0. So there's 4 seasons that you get ready for, and you try to get better in each one, and so I challenge sometimes, and then sometimes I'll play somebody about where I think we need to be.
And you got to balance. You have to have a good balance, You want to play teams that's going to make you better. You want to play teams that, hey, we need to get that confidence. This young lady struggling on her free throw. She's struggling on her shot. We got to get those games that, hey, she can build that confidence back. Because, basketball it's kind of like a golf game. It's up and down, You might go shoot 10 for 10 on free throws, and the next night you might not be able to hit one. It happens. It's all in here is a Miller game to me, just like golf. That's why I'm not good at golf. But I just think basketball, kids get in their head so much. And girls' basketball is totally different than boys because, boys might get a dunk down there and get them going. But a girl,
whoa. Now remember, we created the alley-oop in the ABA.
Okay.
All right? Yeah, you ain't seen my movie Semi-Pro? Now come on, now we threw the alley-oop.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
You better go back and watch it and understand that alley-oop, we did that.
Coach,
So you got to remember, you got to watch. You got to watch some history.
Coach,
See, semi-pro's history too
Coach,
now.
You got to realize I'm the blind ref because I ain't made one good call tonight. So all the parents love me because I'm calling out. I'm the blind ref. I ain't made one call, but I'm good at blowing my whistle. What was that for? I don't know. What did you see? I don't know. It was a walk. It was a charge. Coach, that was a 3, and he gives her a 2. Come on.
Oh, we got replay to help you out now.
Well, Coach, next week, I think we're going to have a special guest on. I think we're going to have Mustangs head coach on, sneak at a peek, and we'll jump into 5A. We'll get it going in 5A. And like I said, I'm looking forward to 5A, man. I know a lot of those teams at 5A. I know Coach does too, so we'll get it kicked off, man, and keep the show going. Like I said, we're on episode 7. Next week, we'll be dropping episode 8. Coach, anything else when we get out of here?
A couple things. Above the Line Hoops is hosting a scrimmage this weekend at OBU.
Yes, sir.
Super Scrimmage. You can look at it online on Twitter, Above the Line Hoops. We'll post it here on our website or Twitter as well. And we got Darko, Victor Christian, Team from Texas, Mount St. Mary's, Bishop McGinnis. So, we got 12 teams coming in, and it looked to be fun. It's on the campus at OBU. So, you get to be on the campus at OBU and get to play at least one game in the main court. So, we're looking at having fun doing that. And, the other thing is I saw a post the other day about, fundraisers, and I get where people are at on the fundraisers, but just remember that some programs get no money from the school. And so when the kids are out there doing your fundraisers, nobody wants to sell stuff. We'd rather just everybody pay for it. But, but they're trying to do something that pays for something so we can have a good experience. I wish we could write a check. I wish somebody write me a check for $10,000 and we wouldn't sell nothing. But get out and, kind of support,
Support your local team.
Yeah, support your local team. And as I've learned in my movie, because you ain't seen my movie because, whatever. But in my movie, I learned 2 fundraisers you don't do.
What's that?
1, you don't fight a bear. 2, you don't give a half-court shot for $10,000 if you don't have $10,000 in the bank. So, so just remember those 2 fundraisers. But you can sell cookies, you can sell candy, but get out and support those teams. They need it. Yes. We try to make it a good experience. Referees went up. Everything's went up cost-wise, basketballs, things like that. So
you saying, Coach, I'm going to get a raise?
Yeah, you already got a raise. 3-man crew. What are you talking about?
But Coach, you talk about fundraising. I'm asking the most important thing. Coach Vick, not only does he does his show, but he's also a head coach. And you got to feed these girls when they go on the road. You got to feed them when they're in these tournaments. You got to feed them when they got to stay overnight. Money don't grow on trees. So everybody dig into your pocketbooks. I know it's getting close to Thanksgiving and Christmas, but hey, help these young ladies out. Help your team out because, like I said, everybody got at least one friend with a little bit of money. So, yeah. I know I get tired of, doing fundraising and all that stuff. I've done it for all my kids. But at the end of the day, though, it's for a good cause. It's not like the money's going in his pocket. It's going towards the team. Well,
you want a coach that wants to be able to create a great experience. Whether you play college ball or not, you want your high school years to be a great experience with the gear, T-shirts, going bowling, going eating, whatever, and so – but I just want to say I saw that kind of post somewhere, and it wasn't anything kind of negative. I was just kind of wore out, and I get it, but just remember that we're trying to make something good for the girls.
Well, Coach, we're gonna get out of here.
Sound good?
We're gonna get ready for trick or treat. Make sure you catch this show early in the morning. It should drop by 8:00. Be looking for it. Make sure you subscribe. It's funny. We're dropping 300 views with 81, and I love it. But I love to get to that. I love to get to that 500. We're trying to do big things with this show. This show is probably one of the top shows in the state of Oklahoma. We don't charge you to come watch the show. You get to listen to some great high school basketball and talk about some great young ladies in this state of Oklahoma. Our state, not Texas, not Kansas, not Arkansas, but Oklahoma. So tune in, subscribe, and give us a like. And I love it when you say something bad about me, and I love it when you say something good about me. Even though I might not be able to see it, but Coach is going to tell me about it. Get us out here, Coach.
Well, again, appreciate the support. Click that like, click that, and subscribe. We ain't going to call you. There ain't no cold call. We're not selling nothing. We just want to know that you're supporting and like and subscribe. We're not going to sell you nothing. So be careful as you trick or treat. Have fun and have a great, safe Halloween. And after that,
come out and watch some great basketball Saturday morning at OBU. Like I said, hey, you're going to see some good teams. You might learn something. But, we'll catch you next week on Oklahoma High School Girls Between the Lines. Tony Johnson and Coach Vick. We'll see
See ya.